Hello everybody, thanks again for joining us on Behind the Stitch. My name is Damien Gomez, I'm the Marketing Director here at Amware USA. And today we have another special guest. This is Mr. Rob Mahon. He is our Director of Business Development and International Sales. Rob, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Today, there's so many things that we can cover in the industry, but because we have that CCPOA show coming up, it's going to be just right around the corner at the end of this month.
Like that, 22nd, something like that? Yeah.
Right, 22nd in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right, fun little city.
It's always a good place to go.
We're going to go over there and we're going to be showcasing specifically our line for CDCR. And that niche for us is pretty important, especially when it comes to our United line, because we offer a large selection of items for those officers.
That's right.
And I think the newest addition to our line is the new jumpsuit, right?
Yes, new and improved.
New and improved. Let's talk about that, the improvements, because one of the things that we're trying to do is definitely be innovative and meet the market demands. There's always room for improvement in all our products. And I think over the next year, we're gonna expand those improvements, not just for the CDCR line, but for our other law enforcement lines as well. Even the small things, even like bar tacking or switching French flies out, stuff like that. It's always exciting. But this particular feature that we added to it is kind of game changer, because having that flexibility now and the new cut lines, it provides a wear and a comfort that they just really haven't had a chance to benefit from.
That's exactly right. And so at CDCR, you got 35,000 or so correctional officers, and that a couple of years ago there was a push to sort of get these folks out of what we call the jumpsuit or the whatever coverall, whatever you want to call it, because it didn't look that professional, but it's very functional. Well, that all changed, and so it's a fully approved item again, and that's what a lot of the officers do in fact wear. But some of the downsides of a jumpsuit, if you make one that's too heavy or too thick, it's just sort of this
like cardboard.
It's like cardboard. It doesn't feel good, and now you're encased in this thing. It's not a shirt that you can unbutton and a pant, two pieces. It's one big, like burlap sack kind of thing. And so, and anytime you're trying to sell more, and the marketing function is to give the people what they want. Even sometimes the people don't know what they want. So we came out with something that was a little bit lighter, more breathable. These are things that people really want, and the latest iteration of our jumpsuit is that it has a stretch. It's made of a stretch fabric. So we get about 18-20% stretch in this thing, which is fantastic. When you're wearing a coverall or a jumpsuit, to be able to move, and it sort of moves with you and flexes.
So we were talking about the coats, and one of the benefits that we have, one of our capabilities is that we can do this here.
That's right.
So aside from having our own factories, we also have U.S. manufacturing capability. So just behind that big wall over there, we have a giant team of professional tailors and embroiderers, seamstresses and seamsters, and fabric that we can crank these bad boys out when the time comes. When we get those MTOs, those made to order. And one of the things that I was there the other day. They were making motor breaches. For I think it was for one of our CHP customers.
Okay.
And I never really got to witness how that's done, but it's exactly how you think. They roll out the fabric. They have this master craftsman lay out the pattern, and he pins it, and then they cut it, and it's not by any way like commercialized. It's very custom. It's very cool, and so a lot of care and a lot of detail goes into that manufacturing of that garment, and I just hope that the end user really appreciates what we do here for them. I mean, it's not like it goes into like a belt feed and gets stamped out.
There's very little or to no automation.
Right. It's really handmade. It's really
sew.
Yeah, it's badass is what it is.
And we get those things done pretty quickly too, you know, these are custom handmade jackets.
Mhm.
We do this for all sorts of folks, but you know, this one happens to be California Department of Corrections, you know, we get them done in, you know, it's 6 to 8 weeks, you know, which is, you know, pretty quick for that type of product.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, the show coming up, CCPOA.
CCPOA.
It's going to be in Vegas, the 22nd, I believe, to the 24th, something like
Yeah,
that.
end of August there in Vegas.
And we decided to, you know, our budget and our exposure, our trade show circuit, we cover approximately 30 shows a year, if not more. Sometimes there's local things that pop up that we jump on. A lot of times different departments ask us to participate in some special event or like a golf course, a tournament of some sort.
Right,
We make an
yeah. appearance
appearance there as well. But, you know, our dealers can't do that. Our dealers can't match that type of schedule, whether it's because they don't have an allocated budget to commit to something like that on a trade show schedule, because it's, you know, you figure an average booth for a trade show is probably like about $2,500.
Yeah.
But when you do 30 or 40 a year, it
Right.
adds up.
That's
you
right.
know, and so the uniform stores don't have, most of the time they're not focusing in that area. And as a manufacturer, we are, but it was really cool for us to say, you know, this time around, we really want them to benefit from us being there as much as we are.
Sure.
And so for this show particularly, we're actually sending customers their way.
Yeah, we're gonna try and, you know, we're gonna be at the show, we're gonna be, you know, talking about our brand and showing our products and our new products like any manufacturer would. But we also, the primary focus of this particular show is gonna be to create demand and send folks into our distributors around the state, our distributor partners.
Mhm.
We're gonna get more business because of what our efforts in Las Vegas, so that's
Right.
kind of the idea.
Right, and it's a good, I think it's a great partnership. I think it's something
Yeah.
that lacks in our industry, where, you know, traditionally you have a manufacturer and then you have a dealer.
Mhm.
And the manufacturer is relying on the dealer to push their products.
Yeah, go sell
And
for me.
then the dealer is relying on the manufacturer to give them the absolute best price humanly possible,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
And then the dealer has to rely on the market to keep this whole gambit going.
Mhm.
But then at the same time, the manufacturer has to rely on the end user to develop a sense of loyalty and brand awareness, a recognition that we do provide a great product for them to purchase.
Right.
So there's this love triangle, if you will.
Yeah.
But in that triangle, there's a lot of one-way relationship. What's the word? Behaviors,
Mhm.
and we're cutting that out. We really want to create an environment for our end users and our dealers and with ourselves to where we listen to the marketplace, we understand the demand, we'll create the new product for them, partner with our dealers to make that readily available to them.
Mhm.
We'll hook them up with some great pricing so that they can pass on the savings to the end
That's right.
users. But it does take, it will take a small, not leap of faith, but it will take, you know, because this is a new approach, the dealers have to recognize that, look, this is really benefiting you more than anybody.
Mhm.
And, you know, you're gonna have to take us up on some of the offers that we're gonna be throwing out there.
That's true. So, you know, we create the demand, and we're out there promoting our product and the distributors. We're going to give a map of all the distributors that support us, our dealer partners, and you know, the onus is on them to be in stock. You know,
Right.
that's the business they're in. That's the business we're in. We can't sell what we don't have. They can't sell what they don't have. So, you got to be in stock. You got to buy some stuff. Get
Right.
ready for the demand that's going to come in the door and buy the
And I
products.
think that's fair. I mean, if you're jumping into the uniform game, especially the CDCR, because it's just California Department of Corrections, we probably have, you know, there's probably less than maybe 70 stores in California that would cater, not just our stores, but I'm saying, and overall, there's probably less, you know, about 70 or something stores that would cater to this,
Mhm.
this industry. Either you're here to play ball or you're not.
Yeah.
You know, and when we decide to do something like this that's specially tailored for your store, essentially, you gotta jump on board
Come
with
on.
this. You
That's
gotta
right.
jump on board. You gotta play ball.
Yeah, we're making it so
Because-
we're creating we're gonna help create the demand. We're gonna give you an incentive so you can still make money on that demand.
Right.
You know,
And
that's all we
who-
can do.
Who does? I mean, you know, there are a few manufacturers that have programs kind of like this. I think 511, they do their 511 days where they offer dealers an extra percentage savings off of a certain buy quantity, and then they pass on the savings collaboratively to the end user. I think last year was like 20% off or something like that. But they kind of leave it up to the dealer to generate their own traffic.
Yeah.
You know, so what we're doing is we're taking it a step further, and we're approaching the end users.
That's right.
And we're saying, hey, here's a list of stores that are going to carry our products.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a discount that you can look forward to. Here's a selection that is unmatched anywhere from any other manufacturer. Hook it up. Do what you got to do. We'll take care of you, take care of our dealers, and everyone's happy.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what kind of feedback we get after this promo. I think, like anything new, sometimes it doesn't really catch on right away.
That's true.
You know, sometimes it takes people don't just want to jump in. Sometimes they just want to test the water a little bit.
Yeah, let's just see how this goes, and then I'll tell you next time. Yeah,
Right.
We get a lot of that, but
Right.
we're
then-
doing all we can do. You know, we're doing the right things, we're making the right moves, we got the right products, and we're gonna try to promote the best we can.
Exactly. So after the show, if you don't mind, if I can snag you again, we could talk about how that went.
Yeah.
What we saw, what new market trends are out there, and I really would like to discuss, you know, who was the leader in attractions. And since, you know, marketing director, I need to know what's going on. So I'll be there for the initial setup and make sure our team has everything that they need to execute properly. But I really am interested in seeing what other major players are there, what kind of presence do they have, what they're going to be offering, and you know, it's my job to, you know, our job to spot their weaknesses.
That's right.
And find out where they're vulnerable, so we, you know, where we can really kick their butts.
Yeah, that's right. Always looking for the next thing that you can improve
Right,
upon
right,
and grow. Yeah.
And that's something that we've been building on, and you know, and we're on the right track.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for having us take a little bit of your time today. Thanks for being here. And
My pleasure. I always enjoy talking about CDCR. It's just one of these things that over the years I've gotten into, and I sort of understand it probably better than I should, you know.
Right. Well, you know, so we have on the website. There was actually like a CDCR newsletter that we put out not too long ago.
Yeah, we started putting out a newsletter to just because there's so much confusion out there. You know, you've got all these distributors who are in the marketplace, and they hear a rumor. They're getting their facts by way of rumor from someone comes in the store and says, "Hey, I hear this is happening," and next thing you know, everyone's got misinformation. So we thought it was a really good idea to just let's put together a newsletter. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's once a quarter. I don't know, but spell out what's going on. You know, what is the program? What is acceptable? What does the handbook say? You know, what's new? What's changing? You know, that type of thing.
And so let's do this. So go to the website, and if you look under our website blog, so taxsquad.com, visit the website, and under the navigation bar there'll be a blog tab. You can click on that, and then do a keyword search of CDCR. And one of the posts that will pop up is the news article, is the newsletter that you created.
Is it on there?
We'll throw it on there. I know
sure.
it's hosted. We do have it hosted on our site, but I'll go ahead and create a special publication for that, so that our listeners can go over there and check it out, and download the newsletter, and they can take a closer look, because the marketplace, there is a desperate need of an authority in the marketplace on what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
And I think you've nailed that with that newsletter.
In this CDCR market, that's exactly right. It has to be an authority because
it's too confusing.
Well, I'll give you a good example. Is so there are about 150 recruits, maybe 120, maybe 160 sometimes, going through the academy every single month. So a lot of folks are going through the academy so that they can keep up with their overall officer, the number of officers that they need. And so once they get that acceptance letter from CDCR, these new recruits go, and they've got this piece of paper that says what they got to go buy, and that thing hasn't been updated forever.
So it's like 82 or something.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that,
they got a
right?
picture of something that's not even made anymore.
Wow.
So now these guys and ladies are They want to do the right thing. They're brand new and they're going into this, this training thing. And it says, by gosh, you got to buy this, 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 and there's a picture of a pant that doesn't exist. A lot of confusion. The dealers say, well, what pants should they wear? I don't, because it's not this one, obviously. And then the person who's received the recruit is, well, no, my sergeant gave me this, and by God, I'm not coming back with anything but this. And it really became, that's a perfect example of the confusion out there. And so that was when we decided, hey, let's just put this newsletter together and help dispel the rumors, the misinformation, and everything else. That I think was pretty effective.
No, absolutely. And yeah, what a pain in the ass that is for, you, a very eager recruit comes out, he wants to do the right thing.
Wants to do the right thing.
Right. But you get that, that no one even makes that anymore. Yeah. They must freak out,
It says I have to show up with a cell phone, a Razor, a Motorola Razor.
Right, version 1.0.
Right? Like, no,
right, exactly.
It hasn't been updated.
Right. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good. I mean, I think, and that's part of what we're doing here is that aside from, we're showcasing some of the products that we have, and we're trying to communicate how involved we are in each of these niches within the uniform marketplace. Excuse me, within the uniform marketplace. But more than that, we are an authority in a lot of what's going on, and so we want to share this information with anybody that's willing to listen, so they get a really concrete destination of what's going on, what's really out there. You've put a lot of work and time and resource and energy into even putting all this together, getting the right numbers, the right images, down, and it's just it's a great resource for anybody in the CDCR world.
Some other things that are really critical in terms of the relationship between United Uniform, a California company, right, and California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, California entity. It's a really nice marriage. We're a California company. We do the right thing. We know what they need. The lead times for our distributors are going to get products so much quicker than anyone else. Our quality, our commitment to innovation, with the stretch ripstops, things like that. But some other things that are really important in terms of just considering United Uniform as a supplier for CDCR by way of distribution is the fact that we have everything covered. We've got all the bases covered. I mean, we've got the jumpsuits. We've got the line duty or Class C uniforms, both tan top and green top. We've got Class A, B shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve. We've got the Class B pant, which is worn only at the Academy for graduation, and we're the only one that manufactures that particular product. That's just us. We've got the Class A pant. We've got the dress jackets. We've got the executive jacket that we had talked about. We've got the duty gear. So we haven't talked about this, but we've got molded nylon, ballistic nylon duty gear, really the best stuff made at just a fantastic price. So we've got all of that, and that's all approved. We've got the boots, we've got the shoes, the high gloss shoes, the low gloss shoes, the boots. These are all approved. We've got the ties, we've got the outerwear. So we've got the sweater, CDCR approved sweater. We've got the CDCR approved foul weather jacket, our F1003 green. So we have all of these things. So a distributor in the state can say, why wouldn't they look to us for the product? If they're in the CDCR business, then there's really a no-brainer. They can come to us and get everything from soup to nuts, A to Z. Oh, by the way, in 1 or 2 day lead times from order to receiving the product at the best price and the best service and representation and support, things we're talking about here with the website and the newsletter and all of that. So but really it's a compelling story. So we're doing pretty much everything that we can do, I think.
Right. So it's up to you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, obviously we're meeting the demand, we're creating the product, we're putting out all this great content. If you're in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation and you don't know about United Uniform Manufacturers, you're doing something wrong. You are wrong. So be diligent, share this with your friends, share this with your coworkers. We are here to serve you because you can't show up to work without a uniform. So first things first, and it's just awesome to be able to provide these awesome products for everybody out there. Again, thanks for coming out, and we'll look forward to the next episode with you.
Great, sounds good. Thanks, Damien.
You too, have a good one.